Hello, 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 and welcome to Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Save changes. Okay. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. Please hit the thumbs up so that this is like our most popular recap or critique, as Jamal wants to call it, of the week. So welcome everyone from near and far to 90 Day Fiancé UK season 3 episode 10. Where the hell is he? Charlotte, I want to know, where is he?
This was a very interesting episode.
Oh.
It was just odd. It was weird. I know they do time jumps. They try to keep us present day, right? But I just really feel like there was a lot missing, except for a couple people.
You know what it was? With Charlotte, the flow wasn't there because they came in at the very beginning with that small snippet of her.
Right.
And then it seemed like it was only Charlotte and Sprite. And why Sprite and John came back, that threw me
Okay,
off.
I thought we were kind of done with them when he got mad and left, and then he come back to my I
Right.
love John. I'm like, where, how? This
The
if
two of
you
them don't make sense and they're not believable. But
if
then,
the thing with
you
them, if
know,
that's how you love. Don't love me, please. Don't love me. Don't love me.
but here's the thing. I thought the show was just going to be about those two fools. But then they started throwing in Sam and Allie, and I didn't really want to hear about them. Then Tony and Nui came up, and I was like, I was definitely interested in them because that was some
Right.
bullshit. But I was like, what? Like the flow wasn't good for me when they were going from couple to couple to couple, especially at the beginning. It didn't, it was abrupt.
Abrupt. Okay, abrupt was kind
It was
because
abrupt.
Tony and Nui made no sense to me. I was like, hold
I
up.
want to know how they made up.
Okay,
And where's she
you know
living
what?
now? Did he let her back into the Airbnb?
They're not in the Airbnb anymore. They're back. They're back at somebody else's house. Because remember, we saw him. We saw him. Remember, we saw her in the hallway. He put her out in the hallway. Remember that, right? But
Mhm.
this time, we see them come out of somebody's house, out of the house onto the street.
I thought that was the front door of the air. Like I think, I don't know.
No, but
You
remember,
had to
remember when
go
you.
into a hallway in order to get into their apartment.
So you think that front door is like the door to the Airbnb? You go into the door, and then you go into the hallway to go to another door.
Right. I don't know. What do y'all think? People in the chat, help set us straight while I say hello to
It
everybody.
could
Hold on.
it's definitely very possible because I'm looking at. We might as well start with them and get them out the way because they were the weirdest. Because
No, I don't want to start with them
who
because
you want
they
to
were the
start with?
only ones I was interested in.
Who you want to start with
Let's
then?
start with the trash box fire of your favorite couple, Sprite and John, who could have stayed in the trash box. Wait, all right. So let's just say hi to everybody. Hi, Tracy. You was first in. Hi, Brian. Hey, y'all. I just got in the car, so I'm listening. I was disappointed in Nui, but at least she got him to come to her. I feel like we missed a chapter in their story, though. Exactly. Thank you, Ryan. And make sure, stop correcting yourself. We know what you mean. Be safe driving. Thank you, Tracy. She's on patrol. Please be safe driving. I'm sitting in the parking lot for a second. Oh my God. Exactly what I was thinking. This is Tracy. I had to go back to the last episode because I truly felt we missed something here. Something along the way, he brainwashed her. You're right. The positive is he's going there. I didn't think it was genuine. And he could have done way better with that ring, but I digress. Hi, Michelle LaBelle. So when he leaves her or she finds out he's broke, right? She doesn't have to rebuild much. She already got her house set up. She don't need him. She kicking him out and calling immigration in Thailand. Super goddess. please smash the like button, the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for reminding everybody. Yes, it was still the Airbnb. So Tracy,
Okay. So it must be the front door to the Airbnb, and you go to the hallway, and then you go into another door.
right? Yeah.
Weird, but okay.
Not really, because they probably took one like an old it's an old townhouse, but they subdivided it between floors.
Oh,
So you have an apartment on one floor, an apartment on another floor,
I
you
gotcha.
know?
I can see that.
Because it's in a fancy area and real estate prices in that area are very high. So it would behoove you, if you don't need a 4-story house,
Right.
split it up. Michelle LaBelle also said it's the Airbnb. Tracy said flat 7-Up and Goofy John. Tracy, you starting already. You starting already. Hi, Farmata. Thank you for staying up. Anyone else here from the UK or Europe or anything like that? I agree with the layout. Okay. All right.
Okay,
All
so
right. Let's just do Sprite and John and get rid of them.
you mean great value story and the line cook? Okay, fine. Um, I'm sorry. These two, this is dumb. They can leave now. Here's the thing. I like some foolishness. I like some stunts and shows, but you're not entertaining. Like I'm looking
It's
at,
not believable.
I'm like looking at John. Like, what is wrong with you? Like this level of insecurity and desperation is not entertaining to watch to me. And the way Sprite just goes in on him, I'm like, okay, like I understand what you're saying, sir, and I agree with you in a lot of things. But the way you're talking to him, no. And John, I can't be mad at Sprite because you let him do it. When Sprite says "I love you," where I'm like, how is it? Like, show me. I'm not seeing the love here. Um, they they told we need to hash things out. Blah 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 blah. The phone call.
Mm-hmm.
But he basically told John, "You ain't got shit to do, and you ain't got nothing going on." I'm like, can we? Oh, I was like, oof, ooh. And they saw, and John was talking to his sister, like, "Yeah, we said like we'll talk about everything in an hour and a half." I'm like, "Well, then everything needs the conversation needs to stop for an hour and a half."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Yeah, we talk for like 3 or 4 hours, but then like, after an hour and a half, we say everything. We just like silence. I'm like, why are you still on the phone using up your international minutes? That makes no sense to me." But okay. Even even his sister was looking at him like, "What's wrong with you? Like, why are you telling me this?" She didn't care either.
No, she didn't.
She didn't care. She was there for the food.
Mm-hmm.
This is a free lunch. I'm going.
You took a lot away from this because I basically took away that John was walking around an international airport looking like a speckled cow. That coat did him no favors. And his sister, like, I'd sit and watch his sister, not him and Sprite.
Because his sister didn't care.
No.
You know what happened? You know what happened with her? As soon as Sprite aired him out, when he's like, "Well, John had done the same thing." That's when she said, "What? Okay."
I'm not getting in between these two losers.
Yes.
Point blank, period. I have wasted my time.
Yes, and that's when she remember he did that, and then she went back to eating her food and stopped caring right then and there.
Yeah.
She said she would show up for filming. Where we eating? Okay, cool. I'm gonna show up. She said that she got her free lunch. Told John basically generic advice like y'all need to talk about this in person, and went back to eating her food. She don't
Okay.
care.
So Ryan says maybe John's a masochist. I could see it.
I mean, if we saw like Sprite and like if we saw Sprite and coming out in leather chaps and heels and walking on John's back, that might be more interesting than what they're giving us. But I don't see that happening.
My thing is, why did John go to Dollar Tree, pick up all of the bric-a-brac, bring it home, and didn't fucking bother to clean the house? You saw that bathroom was stink. The toothpaste was everywhere. Like, how you got guests coming over and you don't wash your sheets? Bitch, don't ever go to John's house. That's why Sprite don't like him. because he's a nasty motherfucker. Ugh. Tracy, oh Lord. Look, John, I'm
Exactly.
here for the day. Pay me.
Yes. But Debbie, I know you saw it too, because the way when he was talking to her, she did not care. You could see like
She
why you
was
telling me this BS?
the first time she was tuned in until, like you
Yes.
said, Sprite caught out John, and she sat back. And she's like, whatever. She showed up, whatever. She's like, okay, well, maybe you two need to talk. Period.
That's all she said too. And she went back to eat her food.
Don't interrupt my food.
And the Sprite's like, he's all, and John's like, Sprite. Okay, back up, back up. We have to be at the back up with John, because how are you gonna decide to clean up your house like the day of the morning of your guest coming?
You call what he did cleaning up?
Tidying.
Dry mopping the floor? Fuck you said. My mother would have horse whip him.
Okay, I'll rephrase. How do you gonna call yourself cleaning up the morning of your guest arriving?
There was no clean and there was no up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna talk about this because John brought it up. How you gonna tell somebody to ignore the trash in the kitchen corner where you prepare food? Talking about that's for my job. I'm like, what? So you put your job tools on the kitchen floor in a corner.
Let me tell you what else also pissed me off. How is John trying to make us believe that he's a chef and he don't know where the fuck to put potatoes?
Oh gosh.
TLC and Sharp, y'all, if it's Sharp that does the production on this, y'all pissing me off. These two should have never been on here.
Mm-mm.
It's an insult to our intelligence. I can't.
They are bad. That was horrible.
Farmata, y'all got Dollar Tree or dollar stores over there in Grand Ole, England? I want to know.
Okay, but Sprite didn't have me cracking up. He's like, you just like to spend money on stupid shit. I'm like, you know what?
For real.
Like, you know what, Sprite? I don't agree with you much, but I'm going to agree with you on that.
Child. Love is blind. Tracy is blind, deaf, and dumb in this case. John is a dirty chef.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
For the time I saw he was using Flora, I was out.
Oh, they have Poundland. That's similar to Dollar Tree.
Poundland, that would make sense. That would make sense because y'all use pounds instead of dollars. Thank you, Farmata. See, this is why we need our international, tribe to chime in and educate us. Thank you, love. I hate them. I don't want to talk about them anymore.
Who next?
Who was on here? We had Charlotte. We had those two idiots. Let's do Sam and Allie. He passed his English test.
Next.
And she was complaining about the money she had to spend.
That's her fault.
But wait, why she and her mama on the sofa watching TV, and they have Allie right there on the FaceTime watching the TV, and the mother said, "Oh, I hope to see some willies." And she's making this man watch penises on the show with them. Yeah. I mean, it seemed okay. So this whole scene made me think this, and when Sam offered her mother to marry his friend. Mm-hmm. To me, it seems like they have a better relationship than what we've seen on the show.
Correct.
So, like, what we've seen on the show is all manufactured drama.
It was too comfortable.
Mm-hmm. John gonna kill somebody with the warm meat, nasty food. Oh my god!
Now Debbie said it and let the cat out the bag. Something tells me that the mama and Allie have already met because she's too comfortable.
The mom and who has already met? Allie?
Allie, yes.
Because maybe over the phone. Like, wait, they did because didn't Sam She was there with her family when she first met him at the bar. Yes.
That
Yes,
seems
yes,
that
yes, yes,
seems
yes, yes.
okay. That makes sense.
So you're right.
Okay,
You're right. Mm-hmm.
too comfortable.
Tracy, do not turn
And
Poundland into
but
something dirty.
but stop it. And also, the mama is asking no questions. The mom is not grilling him.
The mother is happy to get rid of Sam, but unfortunately, they're going to be fucking in her house because that's where they come and live.
Right.
The mama's probably going to be listening.
But Sam said her mama snores like a tractor. I'm like, you know what? Basically, what she told mom was like, Mom, you ain't got nothing to worry about because you ain't gonna hear nothing because you're gonna be snoring. Yeah, you ain't. Don't worry about it. She's all, don't worry about it.
Mm-mm. If she could hear her mother snoring, mama could hear them doing something else. Tracy wants to know, WTF happened here. I first thought the double snuggie was a bit much, but mom's is too much. She is, but I loved it when they could barely get up off of the couch.
Oh, that was a scream.
Sam's mom was always nice though. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
What happened to Sam? Oof. Yeah, they get along real good. Farmata, do not encourage Tracy. Just it's Friday. She's wet and wild today. Okay. All right. So anything else with them?
Nah, it was more of the same. They only had like a little snippet, so.
Okay. So who do you want to do first? Charlotte and Yohan, or Nui and Tony?
I'm not gonna do Charlotte and Yohan because this is basically all this was like, everyone keeping asking Charlotte like, do you still want to go through this?
Mm-hmm.
Yohan was acting kind of weird at the beginning, and I'm not sure, Debbie, if you saw it this way. What I took away from his body language is like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, I looked into our government and I can't get married because I'm already married. How am I gonna get out of this? That's what went through my head, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
What stood out the most to me was how his uncle looked younger than him. I was like, does he have a license? Whose car is that? Where's Yohan? She rolled up to, I guess, the local like county clerk's office in DR in Punta Cana, and saying it looked like a prison. Girl, how many prisons you been to? Because none look like that I've seen on WeTV.
Right.
That's the most colorful prison I've ever seen. But anywho,
Yeah, that uncle was looking real young.
I, I,
Like they went to school
do
together. Like they went to school together young.
hold on. Let me check something. Hold on. Do I have any pictures of that boo boo kitty? Yes, I do. All right, let's put her on here while we talk about this disaster. Okay. So she got this dress, right? And it looked real good.
Yes,
She
you
looked
did.
real good. Matt did
Yes.
a good job on her, I have to admit. Let me see. Do I have any pictures of the full dress? Why do I have so many of Tony and Nui? They actually look like a wedding advert in all the images that I caught of them. She is so cute in profile. I don't think I have a full length shot of this dress. Child, look at the boobies. But she looked beautiful. But when you got to the bottom of the dress, look at me just flicking through all of these things. Sorry, y'all. When you got to the bottom of the dress, like the top was okay. But when you got to the bottom, it looked like it came from Temu. And I swear I saw her crotch. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It was just very, very weird. Anyway, this was a whole mess. She kept on saying that she was going to go home. Why didn't you? Why did you wait all of that time? Like, I would have never done it. And look at the mother there looking at her. And it's just like, she gets on the phone and she goes, "This is mama here. Like, what is going on? Why are you leaving my daughter here?" Like, y'all should have never left the hotel. Y'all shouldn't have been down at the porte cochere waiting for nobody.
I think what
I would
happened with the
have got.
mom. Sorry,
Mm-mm.
what happened with the
Mm.
mom? I think what happened is with the mom got really pissed because she's like, I've indulged this foolishness long enough. Give me the phone. That's really what it was because she's never been for this anyway, and I agree with her on that. But she was
Mm-hmm.
trying to let. I think with the mom, she was trying to let Charlotte make her own decision and come to the right conclusion on her own. But this
Mm-hmm.
just showed Mama that you just ain't gonna do it. So let me step in. That's what Mama did.
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
real
know.
quick.
It was just very weird.
So
Mm-hmm.
Michelle says, I think Johan took the money she gave him for the wedding and ran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Famana says, Johan has probably promised to marry other women or he's already married. I agree with Jamal.
Listen, something was wrong with him from the day before when they split up rooms. He
Yes.
was too nervous to the point of probably wanting to vomit. He stole from this woman, misrepresented himself, misrepresented his
Mm-hmm.
affection for her, their relationship. And who knows if another woman didn't already land in the DR and was calling him up saying, "Hey,
Right.
I don't know," but his reactions that when she left the room, because remember her last words to him were like, "Are you nervous? Are you okay? I'll see you tomorrow." She went to her mom's room, but he was out on that balcony and he was looking physically ill.
He's about to throw up. Yes.
Yup.
Uh,
Johan's brother.
F- yeah, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
FFD, I should say.
Uh-huh. Johan's brother is actually his son, unless his mother is really his wife. Hint, she probably is. People have been speculating about that from the time they started. And I don't know what to say.
Johan was
I,
scared. He finally had to go through with that wedding stuff, getting that countdown money.
thank you,
Thank you,
Tracy
Tracy.
Love. Thank you. Tracy is now executive producer of this episode. Thank you, Lovey. From Marta says, I'd like to know Charlotte's friend. I like how Charlotte's friend wore shorts and t-shirt for the wedding. I think the universe told him that the wedding won't happen, so he didn't bother.
Mm-hmm.
He did his part. He did her hair and makeup beautifully. And it held up for quite a long time out in that humidity. Oh, I don't know. She gets from the hotel after waiting 20 minutes for Uncle to come. They drive down to the prison building they have a time slot to get married. So this is why I thought it was a registry office, because you do get appointments
Same.
to go and get married. My thing is, she had a time, but she had no paperwork. How are you showing up with no paperwork to get married? Unless he had it, but she should have had a copy. She almost felt like she didn't know what time they were supposed to get married. She knew that they had a time, but it wasn't sound like she knew what time it was. Then she's outside this registry office smoking with her friend Mark, I think.
Matt, right?
Matt or Mark, yeah, something like that. Something that began
It's
with an M.
M.
And she is like, "I'm going back to the UK. Go. Everybody else is going in there taking care of their business, and your business is not being taken care of. Go. What are you waiting for?" I would have never fucking left that hotel. I wouldn't have. Mm-mm. From the time I saw all of that, and trust me, I'm a Caribbean person. We are always late. We will be late for everything, including our own funeral. But this was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Okay. Uncle, brother, mom, wife, daughter, sister. I'm confused. Oh Lord. Tracy, if you're confused, then I'm confused. Ryan says, Some Euro prisons aren't as bleak as ours, so maybe that's why she thought the government building was a prison. Oh. So she go to visit the prison. Who up in there? Who up in there? Listen, from the time her dad died and she changed the timeline on this wedding, it was a problem. You saw it on his
Exactly.
face in the phone call last episode. Tracy, she does everything for him. Why would she leave all of this for him to set up? Don't make no damn sense.
And she's a control freak too. That's what kind of that's another point. She likes to be in control. So for her to leave, you're gonna leave the biggest day of your life in the hands of somebody else.
Well, she would have to, because he would have to go down there and pull the license. But my thing is, do you have to establish residency before you can pull the license?
That's a good point.
Because some Caribbean countries say that you have to be there for 12 hours, 24 hours, 72 hours, some even 7 days. It just depends. And some don't. You don't have to establish residency. So you can go in on a cruise ship, get married, and leave the same day. But I wonder about this. I feel like something's missing. Hold on. Jamal. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Let's see. Does anybody know? Days you have to be in Dominican Republic to get married. Let's see. You have to be in the country for at least 3 business days before the ceremony. Yeah, I don't know. There might be some fudging here. There might be. Hold on. She wanted a man-child to handle the business. Unusual. Thank you, Jamal. You're going to tell me they couldn't go the day before together or something to get out of here with this. Yes. At least a phone call, but I'm not buying it. Yeah. Anything else we have to say about them?
Nah.
Yeah, because we leave off. She's still at the government building, and we don't know.
Right.
She did leave off by saying, if I leave here, I'm going to go back to my hotel room alone without Yohan. But I would recommend that when you get back to the hotel, you change the key card. And you better hope he's not in there right now stealing everything you got.
That too.
Let's see. Mom was already pissy too. Like she was trying to act. Miss Alba couldn't pull it off. No. And Mom got the experience. You heard Mom say she had 3 weddings.
Right.
Oh my God. All right. So next up, we have Nui and Tony. I have major problems with this storyline. We missed a whole chunk.
Huge.
You cannot break after last week. You can't start off with this week with them like as if last week never happened. And I feel that's why they did that Jagatoot start, how they started off the episode. And they waited a long time until they brought up Tony and Nui. And I was just like, look at this bullshit.
It made absolutely no sense. And at the end, her parents and whoever was there clapping and crying, I'm like, what? Are you serious?
That was his sister and her family, and then the boys from the drinks night out that
was Nui's family, right?
That was his family.
I thought that was her family because they was hugging.
No, that
crying.
was his sister. That was the sister and her brood, and then the guys in the back.
I know the guys.
Was his friends? Yeah, she had a family there.
I thought that was her family. They was up there booing and
Lisa.
hugging. See,
That was Lisa
no.
up front. Welcome
Mm-mm.
to the family. Go
We
cook
missed
me
the
some
whole
Thai
chunk.
food.
We missed the whole 6 months. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
We missed the whole six
We
months.
missed important parts. Like, how did you make up? Like, wait, what?
Did he ask your mama? Did he ask your sister? What do they think? Where are those phone calls at?
Child. Look at these. This was the perfect place to get married. Like, if I was young and dumb and foolish, like, I would have want to be up in the eye getting proposed to. She had on a Timu or a Shine dress or Sheen dress or whatever it was, but she has a beautiful profile. She's a beautiful profile, and he's getting thick. Tony, you need to run around the block a little bit if you want to continue wearing those European cuts. That's all I gotta say. Yes, Tracy said that was his family. Yep,
I don't know
Farmata,
why
that
I
was
thought
Tony's
that
sister
was
and
some of her
friend.
people.
Nope.
Because I probably didn't really look at them like that because they was jumping up and down, boohoo and blowing snot. I just assumed they were her people.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, well, oh,
Mm-mm.
her family flew in for this. That's great. But now y'all telling me something different. I'm like, this makes now this even makes any
He has
sense.
no money. He has no money. He has no job. That's why he's willing to go over to Thailand. Mm-mm. Ooh, Fail Foster Dog Mom. This is a good point. UK is starting to do USA editing. Sucks.
Yeah, this is really bad.
Oh my God. Tracy says, really, Jamal? Does this jackass look like the type that's going to ask anybody anything?
Well, if you're gonna be living in her mama's house, never mind. He might want to ask a question or two.
Listen, he tried one thing wrong over there. He's going to wind up missing in Thailand. That's all I have to say. The London Eye has great 360 views of the city of London. Oh, my colleague is getting ready to go with her husband to London. He's going for business and she's going to spend all of his money and she's planning to go in the London Eye. But yeah, it just looked really romantic, really beautiful, really scenic. Let's talk about that ring though.
I'm gonna let you talk about that rings. I know you gonna have. I knew you gonna have something to say. So go ahead.
Let me see. Did I get a picture of it?
No, you probably said. You probably said you sent me a
Yes.
big picture. Oh,
Yes, I did.
okay.
Yes, I did. I didn't. It was okay. For her size hand, it's pretty, but I want to know if it's real. I don't believe anything that he does. Anybody recognize this box? In Farmata? Anybody? That was the best part. Yes, it was. The Shard building is great too. Oh, nice. Tracy, what you mean what ring? There it go.
What Tracy's trying to say was it's too small to be called a ring. That's what she's trying to say.
It I I'm no, that's not a carrot.
But Newey's petite though, so she can't put off like
Exactly.
those big rocks. So I'm gonna give him some grace, kind of.
No, no, because if he was this big baller, like how he says he is, he could have gotten her the big rock and the little cart to pull it behind her.
Not the little cart.
This could be the everyday jam. God, remember Nui can fight if she try if he tries some slick stuff. Yep, that's true. That's true. Oh yeah, Ryan, great point. She hopefully kicks his butt back to UK. I don't know. There's something very covert and underhanded about him and his associates.
Here's the thing, and it also looks like she still ain't seen where he lives. That.
Right?
So that's another thing I have questions about.
Girl. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, back to the editing. This makes no sense because if you take a look at the edits between Tony and Nui, there's she's still in the same 2 week visit. I think she's there for 2 weeks or something. But we get Sprite and John like what 6 months later.
Right, but not each couple is going to be on the same timeline, though.
That's true.
And don't forget, Sprite and John are already married. They haven't told us that yet, but they're already married.
That could be true, but like six to have it makes to me from a viewer, it makes no sense to where you're doing a 6 month time skip with this couple, but we still in the same 2 weeks over here. Makes no sense.
I know, but again, I think that's all part of the distraction because it's a shit show.
True.
Hold on. He don't even respect this woman. He don't give a shit about a ring. He's 1,000% disgusting to me, period. The end. Tracy, are you okay? Tracy. Okay, Barmada. I've seen a picture of Tony and Nui visiting Charlotte in Newcastle. Really? Where was Sam? Isn't she in Newcastle too? Or nobody don't speak to her?
Is Newcastle popular? Because everyone's like Newcastle.
I think it's probably where the desperate people are coming from. Because like nobody in London's gonna do this.
I'm serious.
I don't know. It's just very weird. But yeah, that was the episode, right? We had nobody else.
Yeah, that's it.
This is a quickie, y'all. This is a quickie. Wash up right after because it wasn't that great. What do we got next? Old Lady Cottage.
Which was
they was with Sam. But you know, he's originally from Newcastle. So maybe he finally took her to go and see that house that he said he had.
Could be.
Mm-hmm. And Farmata, you're around that area, right? I think you said you were. No way, I live in Newcastle. Oh, stay away from them people. They're not good for you. But if you see them, take a picture and send it to us. We'll put it up here and give you the credit. Guys, join us at the top of the hour and we're going to talk about Old Lady Cottage. It is the last episode of season 2. We'll get it done really quickly.
Sure will.
Are we going to see? Yeah, I think
next
we are.
Next episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they talk about drinking.
Yes.
And he has a hissy fit.
Yes.
Whatever. All right, guys. Jamal, any final thoughts?
This was just a filler episode. We'll see what happens next week.
Thank you to all the new subscribers. The majority of our new subscribers come from 90 Day Fiancé critiques. So we appreciate you for joining the tribe. We hope to see you in the live chat and in the comments in the replay session. Okay, so see you back here in a few. Until next time. Bye.